Cameron knelt, velvet box in hand. He looked into Liesel's eyes, a universe reflected back. "Marry me," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Liesel's lips curved into a smile. Tears welled in her eyes, sparkling like diamonds. "Yes," she breathed, her voice choked with happiness. The world faded away. It was just Cameron and Liesel, bound by a love as eternal as the stars. He slid the ring onto her finger, a symbol of their unending devotion. Their future stretched before them, a tapestry woven with dreams. They would face it all, hand in hand, their love an unbreakable bond. A harsh word, a careless remark. Liesel's face hardened, her eyes like chips of ice. "You don't understand," she spat, her voice raw with pain. Cameron recoiled, the sting of her words like a physical blow. He tried to explain, to bridge the chasm that had suddenly opened between them. But the damage was done. "It's over," Liesel declared, her voice trembling with a potent mix of anger and sorrow. She ripped the ring from her finger, the glint of gold, a cruel mockery of their shattered dreams. Liesel stormed away, leaving Cameron standing in the wreckage of their love. Despair washed over him, a suffocating wave of regret and aching loss. He had been careless with her heart, and now he was paying the price. The pain in his chest was unbearable. It felt like his heart was being squeezed by an invisible hand. Cameron gasped, clutching at his chest as a cold dread gripped him. He stumbled back against the wall, his reflection staring back at him from the antique mirror. His breath hitched in his throat. It wasn't his reflection staring back, it was him but younger. Panic surged through him. He looked at his hands. They were smaller, smoother, the lines of time fading away. The curse Liesel had muttered in her anger, the curse he had dismissed as mere words, was manifesting. Cameron's world tilted on its axis. He was aging in reverse. Each tick of the clock was pulling him further and further away from the woman he loved, back to a time before they had even met. Section 4. Vanished without a trace. Days turned into weeks, each one an agonizing reminder of his loss. Liesel was gone, vanished without a trace. Cameron searched for her everywhere, his heart a lead weight in his chest. He visited their favorite haunts, the places where they had shared laughter and dreams. But Liesel was a ghost, her presence lingering in the air like a forgotten melody. Desperation gnawed at him. His reversed aging was a constant torment, a physical manifestation of his fading hope. He was losing himself, his memories blurring at the edges. Cameron clung to the hope that he could find Liesel before he regressed too far, before the curse stole the very essence of his being. He had to make things right, he had to apologize. Section 5. The years unwind. Time became fluid, a river flowing backward. Cameron watched in horror as his body grew younger, his youthful reflection a constant reminder of the cruel irony of the curse. He was a young man again, full of life and vigor, yet haunted by the ghost of a love he could barely remember. The world spun around him, a dizzying carousel of fading memories and lost moments. His friends and family barely recognized him. He saw the fear and confusion in their eyes as he regressed, their concern a painful echo of his own. Cameron retreated further into himself, his only solace the fading memories of Liesel, the woman who held the key to his salvation or his damnation. Section 6. A moment frozen in time. He was a teenager now, trapped in a body that belied the weight of his experience. His heart ached for a love he could barely grasp, a future that was slipping away. One day he found himself standing outside a familiar house. It drew him in, a beacon in the fog of his forgotten past. He walked inside, each step a journey into the unknown. There, in the center of the living room, stood Liesel. She looked exactly as he remembered her, her eyes filled with the same love and pain that haunted his waking moments. Cameron reached out to her, his hand trembling. "Liesel," he whispered, his voice hoarse with emotion. But his words died in his throat as he saw it. A single photograph on the mantelpiece. A picture of him as a young boy, frozen in time.